Hello, Victoria Cochrane here for another live session on Spiritual Events Directory. Today, Wednesday, 1st of May. Wow, time is moving on. Welcome everyone. I'll just wait for, something going on there. Wait for people to come on and hope everyone's really good. And two people. Hi Marion. I'm not bad, thank you. I've got a cold, which I haven't had one for a long time. And I fell off the bench. Yeah. So I'll just have to wait there. Alright, and psychic channel, and I am really honoured to be doing lives every week on Spiritual Events Directory, and I'm loving the connection that I'm getting with some people. Look, last week I tried to tune into individual people, and it was really draining, and there were so many I was just overwhelmed with it, so I just can't do that. And I hope you understand, but it's just really tricky. And so I'm going to do a talk and a collective reading, and also collective channeling from Archangel Metatron today. But if you would like a reading or a healing with me, please by all means contact Spiritual Events Directory, and we can arrange something. I'm happy to have a 10 or 15 minute chat with people. I had a lovely chat with a woman in the US after my live last week, and she was going to look me up and let me know when she'd like a reading. So it's really wonderful to connect with people, but as for trying to connect with people and read for people here, I can do it, but I was actually really drained last week, and so I just decided it's just too hard, too many requests, people missing out, and I'm sure you can appreciate how difficult that is. So I'm going to take a leaf out of Angelina's book and just do the collective, but if it resonates with you, then by all means please contact me, and let's see how I can help you. Fantastic, Mandy. So please just leave Sarah a message, but also I have a Facebook page, and I've got the link here on my live, Reaching Out Spiritual News. I do have a website, but it's being kind of transformed at the moment, so I'm really excited to see how that's going to turn out. And let's go. So I want to talk about energy today, actually, and how we exchange it. We can sometimes give someone a cold, that's exchanging energy. Actually not sure how I got this cold, it just kind of came on. So sometimes it's a clearing, sometimes you've probably been doing too much and get a bit run down, you know, we expend too much energy. I had my own stall at the Body and Soul Festival in Launceston on the weekend, and was booked out the whole time, so I was really honoured that people wanted to come and see me, and so that was really busy, but so many people came. Thank you, Sarah, that's really kind of you. So many people came and said that oh well, I could see that they were giving too much of themselves and not getting enough back. And if I could get a show of hands, you know, of people just hitting the like button or something, how many of you could say that you actually give too much, there we go, and don't receive back, or love to give but quite often don't get enough back, and there we go, lots of likes and loves. And I think it's a woman thing, but a lot of the time there are men who do that as well. So yes, I do have a bit of allergy, so I'm soldiering on, but I will keep just sipping water. So I do this for free, but my exchange of energy is getting the exposure on Spiritual Events Directory, and getting to meet so many beautiful people, and so I do get a few appointments from it. So I'm really happy with that. But even if I didn't, I wouldn't mind, because I really, really love to help, you know. But then I just have to make sure that I do kind of give myself time to recover, and maybe, you know, do some nice things for myself, not just the ironing or all the things that need to be caught up with. So yes, that's how I kind of maintain that. And also I maintain my connection to the Creator and to my archangels, and keep myself grounded, and make sure I drink lots of water, and also have the love and support of my husband, which not everybody has. So I'm really... Hi Sharon, that's really lovely. Hi to everyone who is saying hi. Thank you, Cheryl. Yeah, I'm sure I will, but I am a busy person, and you know, that's what happens. We're busy, 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 and we kind of expend all of our energy. Sometimes we don't eat well enough, so, and we don't sit down, or whatever it is, give ourselves a holiday. So what is energy? Everything is energy. How do we expend it? Thank you, Marion. Yeah, there are a few bugs. Everything works on an exchange of energy. Yes, you can have a reading if you contact Spiritual Events Directory, but as I said before, I just cannot give individual readings today, because I just got overwhelmed last week, and it's just too difficult, and it was draining. So I will be doing collective today, and then if you would like a reading or something, by all means contact me or Spiritual Events Directory, and I'm happy to have a chat first. I love connecting with people and just talking about their journey, and yeah. So the universe works on spiritual law, and there are, oh goodness, I think there's over 140 spiritual laws, and they're all intertwined. And it's also a plane of existence, so if you go into the laws, it's all different colours, and they're all intertwined, and they all work symbiotically. But also the laws are stated in books. And my spiritual teacher, Rose Crane, she's in Hobart, don't see her anymore, but Rose was able to give me a copy of the spiritual laws, and just you know, but I think that if you went up to the Akashic records, you would find that that's a library in the sixth plane of all the laws, and also all the records of our lives. Then they'd be dust breakers. You know, they're huge and they're intensely complicated. But there's a law of equal exchange. So there's a law of equipoise, law of polarity. So as above, so below, law of equal exchange. And everything works on that exchange. So humans are energy. We expend energy and we absorb energy. And when we exchange energy, you know, if you have a cup of coffee with someone and you each buy your own coffee, but you exchange news and you really enjoy the time together, then you've had an equal exchange of energy and everything's in balance. But if there's not a balance of energy, then it can put everything out really quickly. So money, time that people spend, worry, thinking, working, exercising, scratching if you've got itchies, is all energy, and the universe works on the law of equal exchange. So, but if the balance isn't right, then one person will feel out of balance. And so let me give you some examples of that. So someone charges too much for service, and you have to have the service, so you pay it, but you just would never go back to them again because they're just really really grumpy. Or it makes you grumpy because they're overcharging, or someone charges fairly for a service, but you don't feel that they gave you the service that you felt they were going to give you. A friend talks to you, but it's really at you for an hour and doesn't even ask how you are. So that's an imbalance of energy. You give a gift to someone and the recipient says they don't like it. Someone is friendly to you, but then you hear that they've stabbed you in the back and talk badly about you. You work hard at your job, but your pay is reduced. You smile at someone, but they just tell you to F off. You know, that's all an unequal exchange of energy. Okay, you're in a relationship and your partner just expects you to do all the work and they sit by the TV and do nothing. I mean, all of that will just put you out of balance. So how the imbalance affects us depends on how high our vibrations are. So when I talk about vibrations, I'm talking about a level of consciousness and how we see ourselves in relation to the world, and how easily we are to see things from a higher perspective and not just get bogged down in it. Hi Carla. Look, I'm not doing individual readings for people, but if you would like a reading offline, then by all means contact me. But keeping our vibrations high all depends on you know, how bogged down we've allowed ourselves to become in a world that's really heavy. People really grumpy, having to get to work, never having any time for meditation or anything to do for ourselves, not getting time to eat properly, being surrounded by negative people. All of that can really make us feel really low. Being psychically attacked, and I do apologise for that. I'm having trouble with my stand today. So I am going to address psychic attack, because that is something that's that we can do. Sorry about that. That's something that we can actually do without even knowing. No, Carla, you're not to know. That's fine. Some people, I've tried the last couple of times to do individual readings for people, but it's just got too overwhelming, and I have to protect my energy too. You know, I was quite exhausted last week, so it's just not. And some people then feel out of balance because some people get a turn and other people don't, and it's just too tricky. So. But I am going to do a collective channeling and a reading for everybody, if I can get my stand to stop falling off. Okay, so how we deal with psychic attack or unequal exchanges of energy, as I've described before, also will affect the ongoing situation, or how it's resolved or not resolved. So if we strike back in anger, then we're creating more of that, and so it's well worthwhile thinking about a few things before we do that. So there's a saying that the angels say that's as above, so below. So that to me is the polarity of things too. So, well, no, maybe not, but what we put out comes back to us. Okay, so. When we think bad things about people, then that can attach to them and that can create bad things for them, but then that creates karma too, and putting out negativity only brings back negativity, and these days karma is instant, so you know it's not a good thing to be doing. Sorry to be moving around, but my stand is just not behaving itself. And also there's something, and I have talked about this before, the human collective consciousness, which every thought, because we're all one, okay, so on the earthly plane and in the energy of duality, good and bad, nice and not nice, you know, everything's kind of black and white. then we work on separation. So we work on the premise that everything is separate. We're separate from God. We're separate from each other. We're separate from the earth, and anything that we do doesn't affect many people. It might affect our family, but not anyone else. But in the energy of the universe, everything is one. We all are all one and the same. So everything just is. And so therefore, we are all connected in our thoughts and in our vibrations and in our patterns of behaviour. And what we put out, even small, can really affect the world on a large scale energetically. And I'm talking energetically here. So there is an energetic force field, if you like, around the world called the human collective consciousness. And everything that we put out, every angry thought, every beautiful thought, love, hate, everything goes into it. So you can imagine it's just fluctuating, and it's all kinds of hodgepodge of feelings and emotions and thoughts and whatever. And so the more toxic stuff we put out, the more we're likely to absorb it. And if we're empathic, or if we suddenly get hooked into that, it can really affect us. And just by the by, that's my theory on terrorism too, that people just kind of get hooked into that, and it affects them, and then it kind of passes again. But that's another discussion for another day. So any forms of energy expenditure, anxiety, laughing, worry, kissing, hatred, vengeance towards another person, or anything like that, can really affect us either negatively or positively. And we have, as I've explained, different bodies. So we have an emotional body, a mental body, and a spiritual body, as well as a physical body. And so how we are feeling emotionally, mentally, and spiritually will affect our physical body. And it can do that in a physical way. So we get stress, we get tired, we get grumpy, we can get ulcers, we can get dis-ease because we're so out of balance. It can put our energetic field out, our chakras and our aura can be really clogged with negative energy. We can become disconnected. It's really powerful stuff. And so to actually think about just the kinds of energy exchanges you're making, what you're asking of people and what you're expecting back. Are you actually giving enough when you're asking for stuff? And I'm not talking about monetary exchange really. I'm not talking about when you go into a shop and you buy something. I'm talking about with friends and family, and what are you expecting and what are you getting from them and what are you giving back, and is it equal or not, and if not, how can that be changed? So maybe just some thoughts on that, because nobody's made a comment for a while. You're all listening, so that's really lovely. But has anyone got any experiences about that, or can relate to maybe giving too much and not getting enough back, or wondering about what I'm talking about? And if not, I'll just keep talking, but I'm just going to take this off here because I have to hold it and it's just annoying. Yeah, so there are lots of different ways that we can actually make sure that we are receiving enough energy back, or that we're not actually psychically attacking people, or and look, a psychic attack can even just be a thought. It can be a look. Looks could kill. That it can actually be hearing that someone's talked about you behind your back. Anything like that is energy, and it can attack us and actually sit in our aura. It can sit in our bodies, and we don't even know it, and it can actually give us physical pain, like bad shoulder, or just a gut ache or whatever it is, we won't even know what's wrong, but we can be really, really attacked by someone, or we can actually do it without knowing too. If you just think something bad about someone, it can actually attach to them. Of course, it's all to do with intent too. If you intend to cause someone harm, then you will. But the karma's a bitch, so it'll come back on you. But sometimes you won't intend to. So if there's no intention behind it, it can have a lot less effect. So a psychic attack can be a thought. It can be talking nastily about someone. It can be actually projecting energy to them. So I'm talking about negative energy here, and it can be intentional or unintentional. But even, as I said, with non-intent, it won't be as bad, but it'll still be there. And it can actually sit in that person's energy field for years and affect them physically. So we've got to watch our thoughts, because it can also affect you. If you're really caught up in toxic thoughts about things, if you've had an experience where you just cannot forgive a person, or you've had so many bad experiences, you're just like really weighed down, and all you can do is just talk about it and just tell people these terrible things that have happened to you, and it's very toxic for your body. It can actually cause things like that, really toxic thoughts and emotions that you either think or that are from other people can actually lodge in the body, and they can cause cancer and all kinds of things. So when people say that they've got all these illnesses, part of my healing, I'm looking for the energetic cause. I'm looking for the trauma. I'm looking for the negative energy that's sitting in there. I'm looking for all the emotional stuff. I'm looking for any psychic hooks or attachments that can be removed. Any wayward spirits. Wayward spirits are not necessarily spirit beings. They can be conglomerations of thought forms and negative energy that just weighs you down and makes you sadder and angrier. I'm looking for all of that, because that will clog the physical body from healing. Okay, so watch your thoughts. If you're thinking something bad about yourself or someone else, send it up to Creator. Send all your worries up to the angels. Send it out, not to the person. If a person's attacked you, don't send it back to the person. Send it up to the light, because then you're as bad as that person if you're attacking them. So, just try to be aware. I'm still trying to anchor my stand. Just try to be aware of the energy that you're sending out, because it's really powerful stuff. And the energy we send out will come back to us in different forms and affect us in different ways, depending on the intent behind it, and the positive, whether it's positive or energy or negative energy. Okay, things that you can do. You can speak your truth. If you're really unhappy with a person, speak your truth. Tell them how you feel, but please do it personally. Don't dump it on Facebook for all to see and troll them and make it really nasty. Call that person or give them an individual message and actually tell them how you're feeling. But dumping it on Facebook, that's just nasty and intentional, and is not good energy for you. Practice gratitude and forgiveness. So practice being grateful for what you have, and look for the lessons. Be grateful for the lessons that you're learning, and once you've learned them, you don't have to come back and learn them again. So let go as much as you can, and bring in forgiveness. If you can't forgive the person, at least forgive yourself, and just bring in light and love, and ask for help to start releasing the trauma and the pain and things that are clogging you up. Send love and cut ties. Just move on. And it's hard. If you can't, then you call on people like me if you like, but other people. There are lots of ways of doing that. Call in your angel guides. They're always there. Call in your angel guides to help, and ask for clearing, to help to cut ties, to clear the energy, to remove any psychic attacks or attachments, to help you release your worries. Archangel Michael's my go-to, but you know, you might have someone else you work with. Call in the violet flame of transmutation. You can call in Archangel Zadkiel or Saint Germain and ask them to just bring the violet flame up around you. Best thing anyone could be doing. Everyone can use it. Bring it up. Just dump everything into it and just feel it transmute, and you feel a lot better. If I'm getting a bit angry, and it does happen, then I'll bring it up and I'll dump in it, and it will just help to transmute all those negative feelings. I send it out to the world too. I send it out into the human collective consciousness as well. So it's a really good thing to be doing. Have a chakra clearing, have a Reiki, go for a session, have a massage, you know, do something nice for yourself. Have a bicarb soda bath. That's really good for removing toxins as well. Just walk on the beach, meditate, go for a coffee, do whatever it takes to kind of let go, and look inward, not outward. You know, we've got it all, even though someone might have done you wrong. What is the lesson, but also why are you reacting this way? Do you have self-love issues? Is there something that you need to take responsibility for? I'm always doing that, always looking for what might be my part in it today. So, in that situation. So that's just a little bit on energy. So everything is energy, and if you're expending too much energy, and it might be that you're exercising too much or studying a lot and not eating enough, or you know, energy is food, of course, and drink and everything the rest, and all those physical things. But are you worrying too much? Are you in your head too much? You know, do you kind of talk about people, or do you just mind chatter? That's my problem. I just have the mind chatter all the time. How much energy are you expending, and how much are you getting back? Not just from other people, but how much are you giving back to yourself? Do you make time? Do you make sure you have time to sit down? Do you make time to actually breathe and center and just bring your energy back to you? Do you make time to spend time with your family? All of those things is something really good to be talking about. Okay, I've had no comments or anything. I hope that this is all resonating with you, but I did tell you that I would call in Archangel Metatron today and ask him to bring forward a channeling or a message for the collective group to help you. But if you've got a question for Metatron, that would be great. And I'll do it for the collective, so please don't make it, you know, a personal one like, you know, am I moving forward or anything, but just something about energy or the world, or the global, what's going on in the world, because I know there's a lot of people asking what on earth is going on in the world and why is all this happening. So that's what I'm going to be asking Archangel Metatron, is how we can send love to the world, or what we can do about all the attacks and all the low energy that's going, and what we can actually do to raise the vibrations of the world. But if you've got any comments or anything to ask, please put them through. Okay, so I'm going to connect to Archangel Metatron now and bring through a message for the world, but also ask him to consider all of you who are listening and bring in a collective message for you as well. Here he is. He says, greetings to everyone and blessings. On this day, it is really important to consider the choices that are being made on behalf of people who have no say. And if choices are being made by global corporations by politicians, or by other individuals on your behalf that you have not agreed to, then an imbalance is being created, which can lead to much negativity. Greed and power are very disempowering for those who are not in positions of power or wealth, and can cause years of grief and heartache. Take back your power by creating an energetic wealth box. Goodness, didn't see this coming. This is Archangel Metatron. An energetic wealth box is your place of abundance, a place to create the world where everything you put out comes back to you in equal or double measure, a place where give and take is a given, a place where you can visualize the world as you need it and want it to be, not as it is. If everybody created a visual, energetic wealth box, not just for money, but for abundance, for happiness, for prosperity, for themselves, their family, and the world, so much good would be done. So I'm asking Archangel Metatron now to show us how to create this wealth box. And I'm seeing gold, and of course gold always creates a vision of wealth, but gold is also the colour of the Christ consciousness and our higher self, and our I am presence is our higher self and our bridge to the light of the Creator. So I love the colour gold, and it does, when you sit in gold, you do feel, it just does feel kind of more abundant. So I'm going to channel now how Archangel Metatron would help show us how to create this wealth box and how it can help us, but also the world. So we're always going to ask Archangel Metatron, or anybody that we're praying to or asking for help from, to be shown for our highest and best, not just the greater good. The greater good is for the whole collective and could leave us out or disadvantage some people in some way, and that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for everybody's highest and best. So always asking for your own highest and best, and in the highest and best way, to be shown how we can create this wealth box that will help us to feel more gratitude and more abundant, and to bring in abundance for ourselves, but also create a positive attitude in the world. And this is the first time he's shown me too, so you and I are learning together. So when you hold yourself in a space of love, in your heart space, and love is the colour pink, so fill your heart space with pink love. And if you cannot find yourself sitting in it, just imagine yourself surrounded in the colour of love. Pink and beautiful. Take 3 breaths to relax and center yourself. And then on the third breath, breathe in the beautiful color pink and fill your body with this unconditional love and peace. Now within the color pink and in this beautiful love energy, see, feel or imagine a box in front of you. It is large, it is golden, it is like a chest or a trunk. And when you open it, it is empty and dark, but not for long. Feel into the energy of love in your world where things may be difficult, where things are hard and not everything goes your way. What can you be grateful for? One thing that you can be positively grateful for. Name it in your mind's eye. See it take form and fill with light and the pink energy of love and place it in your wealth box. Every day, find one thing to be grateful for, fill it with light and the pink energy of love, and place it in your wealth box. Now, in your mind's eye, see your family, the people who give you love, the people that you love, and be grateful for the love they give you and the love you receive from them and the love that you can give to them. If you don't speak to some of your family, see them too. And send love to them. Breathe love and light towards them. Fill them all with the love and pink light of love. And energetically place them in your wealth box. Now, see, feel, or imagine, or visualize yourself. What is it about you that other people see, not as you see? What are you doing that's contributing to the love in the world? What are people grateful for about you? Breathe love, light, and the pink light of love into these attributes that people tell you or that you know about yourself, and place it in your wealth box. Your wealth box now is filling, and it is shining bright lights out of things you're grateful for your family, and attributes about yourself. Now, envisage your hopes and dreams for the future, or your goals, things that will help you to move forward. What would it be that would help you to move forward in life and make a difference for yourself, for your family, and possibly the world? Visualize it. See it come into form. Give thanks for it. Be grateful that this will manifest in your life. Breathe light and pink love energy into it. And put it in your wealth box. Now, as you gaze into your wealth box, feel the golden light of the Christ consciousness, your higher self, filled with the unconditional love of the Creator coming through you. And as you hold or have your hands on your wealth box, this light goes into the wealth box and fills it with golden light and unconditional love. And we say thank you for the love and abundance in my life. And thank you for the love and abundance and wealth that is to come, for my highest and best and in the highest and best way. And so it is. And what happens then? What happens to your wealth box? Mine's shining and the lid is slowly closing. And it's rising and coming into my heart space. I'd love to know what it did for you. Now, as you have your beautiful wealth box full of the things you're grateful for, the love of your family, your hopes and dreams, see in your mind's eye the world, or a part of the world, or people that you would like to send love to, and just shine this beautiful light out and send love and peace and pink love out to the world. Through your breath, you can breathe in and breathe it out through your heart space. And Archangel Metatron says, if you do this every day, write it down. Keep a diary of your wealth box. Keep a diary of what you visualize, of what comes to you, of the messages you receive, and even of the things that eventuate after the time that you start doing the wealth box. So wealth, remember, is not just money, because money is energy, so everything is energy. So your wealth might be more time. You might like to put more time for your family into the wealth box. And once you breathe light and love into it, you're manifesting it. And when you say thank you for it to be happening, and so it is, or it is done, it is done, it is done, you're actually making a decree. And that means that you will actually manifest it. So how exciting, how wonderful. And I really hope that that has been really lovely for you. So I'm just going to organise my stand, which I've had to hold the whole time, so that I can get some cards out and do a collective reading for the group. I would really love some comments. If anybody could give me any feedback, would be really nice while I'm just organising myself. I really didn't want to stay up today. I've had lots of love hearts and things, so that's really lovely, thank you. And I know that a lot of people are finding at this time that things are hard, or that they're at crossroads, but remember that the way you can think about it, and if you can try not to worry but just try to kind of see everything from a high perspective, easier said than done, then that would be great. It just is not great for you. So okay, I've got some Chakra Insight Oracle cards that I am reading from today, and I'm actually going to do one for each chakra for the collective, and just please let me know. I still haven't got any messages. I'd love a few messages. Everybody's gone silent and that's a bit of a worry, but Carla, I will message you after the live, okay? I'd be happy to have a chat with you straight after the live. And I did that last week. There were a couple of people that I messaged, you know, who seemed to be in, just need someone to talk to. So I'm happy to do that straight after this, and we can set up a time to have a chat, because yeah, it's better not to kind of go into personal details either. So I'm going to try and put this down now. Here we go. So yes, if anybody else would like some help, please just say message please, and I'll message you after. Okay, so doing this for the base chakra, and I'm asking Archangel Metatron to help me with this reading, and this is for the collective people watching today. And I'm connecting to Creator, and asking for this for a reading for the highest and best, and see how we go.
Finished? No. Oh, I need to push.
Okay, so this is actually interesting, because I'm reading for the base chakra, but it's actually come out as a crown chakra. So I actually really love that because our base chakra, our sacral chakra, and our solar plexus chakra are how we deal with earthly stuff that goes on in the world, and how we feel about ourselves in our relationship with other people. And so I've actually drawn this one, which is reminding us that for every physical response, for every reaction, there's a consequence, but there's also a higher purpose or a higher reason. There are no coincidences ever. So this one says insight, understanding, awakening, awareness, self-evaluation. So with the base chakra, which deals with our grounding, our securities or our insecurities, our vitality, whether we're in depression or not, how we are actually grounding our beliefs, whether we're standing up for ourselves, standing in our power. If there's disequilibrium in the base chakra, then to actually help to clear it, we can actually use our connection to the Creator to help clear it, but also just ask to be shown the higher purpose for why we're going through dense situations or situations that are very difficult. So I'm going to now just actually ask for healing for everybody with your permission. So if your permission's not given, it won't come to you. So just asking Archangel Metatron to help with that, but focusing on your base chakra, and then I'm asking for the beautiful love of the Creator, the unconditional love of the Creator to actually come through your crown very gently align all of your chakras coming down to your third eye, down to your throat, down to your heart chakra, solar plexus, sacral, and base chakra. As the light comes into your base chakra, see it moving anti-clockwise, releasing negative energy, and breathe out all your insecurities, your worries, problems. And then as the light begins to go clockwise, which is in the positive direction, bring the beautiful violet light of the violet flame, as well as the unconditional love white light, into your base chakra, strengthening your I am, bringing in positivity, vitality, security, grounding, empowerment. And you can say, I am connected, I am grounded, I am who I am. And just breathe this beautiful light as your chakras are all aligned, and this beautiful light's coming into your base chakra. Sit in the certainty of who you are. Stand your ground. Be yourself. Can't be anybody else. Be aware. Of who you are. And the path you're on. That was lovely. I think I'll only get time for 3 chakras today. Okay, now we're going to the solar plexus. I'm asking if I need to shuffle or not. Yes. Not solar plexus, sorry, sacral. 1, 2, skip a few, and all of that. Okay, the sacral chakra is to do with our ego, and if we get stuck in our ego, then we can lose sight of our spiritual connection and our soul connection, and our soul purpose. So thank you for the love hearts. And so it's interesting that the heart chakra card has come out for this reading for the sacral. So if the sacral is out of balance, then we can over worry, we can over stress, we can expend all of that negative energy that I was talking about before, without really seeing that perhaps we're playing mind games with ourselves, and that that if we just let go, then the path will clear and we'll see the reason for things. So passion, with the sacral, are you living your passion? So are you really doing what you love? Are you living your dreams? Are you just seeing the joy in things? So if you're over worrying, over anxious, over stressing, then bring in some green healing light actually into your sacral chakra, and actually lighten up without me being rude or anything. It's just about really let go of how it's just affecting you, and start to try and see the bigger picture and what your soul might be showing you, and what the bigger picture of your journey might be, and letting go of some of those insecurities and little things. Don't sweat the small stuff, and just release and let go. So here we go, going to use the beautiful green healing light of Archangel Raphael and bring it into your sacral chakra. And first of all, we're going anti-clockwise and releasing stress, worry, overindulgence, addiction, anxiety, compulsive behavior. All of those things can be stuck in the sacral, and that keeps us stuck in our own ego. Okay? And then as we bring in the beautiful green light of Archangel Raphael and the heart chakra, then breathing that in to actually help us to start to balance out our view of ourselves, and to release some of that negativity and begin to see the joy and the love, and to regain our passion for why we're here and the things that we're doing. Just holding that space while I'm shuffling for the solar plexus. I'm feeling this one. Okay, forgiveness. Another heart chakra card for the solar plexus. So the solar plexus is how we feel about ourselves in relationships, but is also very linked to the sacral and our ego. But it's where we can be really bogged down in worrying about the past and not being able to let go. And so this card is forgiveness, and it's letting go, healing, growth and compassion. And the more we can let go, the more we can come back into our solar power center and actually just know that we've learnt our lessons. The past is the past, and letting go will set us free and help us to move forward in our soul journey. So even though this is a heart chakra card, it's a really important one for our solar plexus. So breathing in the green light of the solar plexus, but I'm also now going to bring up the violet flame of transmutation for everyone watching this video, and ask that it be gently placed into your solar plexus. And as your solar plexus rotates anti-clockwise, to release all negativity, any negative thoughts about yourself, situations with other people, the past trauma that you've endured, anything that's held in the solar plexus that is keeping you stuck in a lower dimension of consciousness. And then bringing in the green light as it goes, starts to rotate clockwise. And the violet flame is now extending into the sacral and into the base chakra to cleanse anything that may be left over as you bring in the beautiful healing light of forgiveness for yourself, for others, or just allow yourself to be in the beautiful energy. And finally today, I'm going to choose an Earth Power card for you. I love these cards, they're amazing. They're by Stacey DeMarco. Hi Sarah, great to see you. I can't wait to come to your new space, Sarah. Sarah Boone is in Tasmania and she's a practitioner too, and she's actually creating her own rooms. How exciting. Okay, so asking for a reading for the collective, for the highest and best for everyone, to finish this session today in the energy of unconditional love, led by Archangel Metatron. He says take from the middle. And I'll show you the picture. Angkor Wat, so ANGKORWAT. And I'll show you the picture first. Oh my goodness. Remember how we've been bringing the pink love in? Isn't that just, it's a bit spooky actually, but it's beautiful. And it says, I have the courage to live my heaven on earth. As above, so below. And remember, that's what I talked about, as above, so below. I am aware that sometimes things must fall apart to be reborn as I would wish. Thank you, Archangel Metatron, for guiding me to this card, because it encapsulates everything that we've been speaking about today. I'll read it again. I have the courage to live my heaven on earth. Remember, every thought creates. We create our own reality. Remember the wealth box. Use your wealth box to create a wealth of passion, of love, of abundance, of creativity, of a beautiful future for yourself, in your business, in your life, in your family. I just think it just encapsulates everything that we've been doing today. As above, so below. What we put out comes back to us. I am aware that sometimes things must fall apart to be reborn as I would wish. So that brings me back to the Tower card. You know, everything has a shake-up, and I've got it here. It's propping up my phone. But sometimes things need a big shake-up, and it seems like everything's falling apart. But things need to be released. The old has to go before the new comes in. And so if you're in a state like that, just hold your space. Just know that things sometimes get worse before they get better. But looking for the blessings in things is sometimes helpful, even if it can be hard to do. But if you can, look back on this video. I know I will be, because the wealth box was channeled for you guys today. I have not done that before. So I feel really grateful to have been able to do that. And the pink love that we brought in is actually now in this. But look at this. The sun in your center, bringing this beautiful golden light. Remember, we had the golden light, and then we had the light of the Creator. And hold your space. Be strong and know that you've got the strength of Creator and the Masters with you. And if you do need a chat, if you would like me to help you, please send me a message. I will call you. I will send you a message. I'll have a chat to you and see how I can help. Okay? And thank you so much for not bombarding me with stuff today, with messages today. I do appreciate it. Although I would have liked a little bit more feedback, but you know, got to be careful what you wish for. I can't be ungrateful. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this has been a helpful session for you. And I am Victoria Cochrane, victoriacochrane.com, Reaching Out Spiritual News, and I am looking forward to hearing from many of you. Lots of love to you all, and remember to think positive thoughts and to create that wealth box. Love and blessings to everybody. Bye-bye.